why don't you get over here and join me?
Damn it again. Just start when you have to.
Hey gang, I was supposed to do this stream like 2 hours ago, but YouTube was having problems. I was going to do it around 11:30 or midnight, but now it's super late. I think it's 2 o'clock or something like that right now. And sorry for you guys that tried to tune in later. For whatever reason, we always have these dang technical difficulties. And I was so amped and ready to go. And then I just got very frustrated because of these difficulties. So hopefully people will join us in the room now. Let me check. If you're in the room live, leave us a comment. If you're watching the recording, thank you. What was I going to talk about first now? I completely lost my train of thought. I'm trying to get notes from Isabel. She has these notes for me, as you see. We were so prepared to do a good one, but then this thing not working out. I'm about to do some announcements, but before we do, to you guys that have been watching this channel loyally, thank you. I appreciate it. And especially to you that tune in for these live streams. It's awesome that you guys care that much and that you want to spend this extra time together rather than just watching a cool little documentary I do or watching a video where I talk about a very specific subject. But now to the announcements. Right now I'm going to announce an announcement, and that is I'll be making an announcement in a couple days regarding the evolution and the future of this channel and where I want to take the channel. And I'll be honest, some people are going to give me backlash over it. Some people are going to say they don't like it. But I think what I'm going to announce, without giving too much away of what I'm planning on doing, it's going to be a win-win situation. It's going to be better for me and better for the viewers and help me to produce the best content possible that I can produce. I kind of want to take this channel in a little bit different direction and produce definitely as good a stuff that I can do. But here's the thing that I want people to understand. If I try to make content to get the most views or the most clicks possible, that's not really going to be doing. I'm not going to be making the best content that I can possibly make in terms of helping people and spreading good stuff into the world, because I'm just going to have to focus on whatever gets clicks. And I really don't want to do that. I'd really like to help people if I can with this channel. But that would mean focusing on doing stuff that maybe appeals to a smaller group of people. This channel's already evolved into such a niche thing the way it is. And if I was going for pure popularity, I wouldn't have taken the channel in the direction that I've taken it. I've managed to still produce some videos that have gotten very high view counts and are doing very well. But this channel has become such a niche, and I'm checking to see if people are in the room. The channel's become appealing to, I guess, such a smaller group of people, but I feel that this channel has really been helping people. And in fact, I know it is, as I talked about in one of my recent videos. I get so many emails per day that it's almost impossible to read them all. And I appreciate people taking the time to write me. I'm just checking to see if there's live comments. I'll just carry on with this. I appreciate Corey R's here. Thank you for the birthday wish. We'll talk about my birthday here in a bit. But the direction I want to take this in is just focusing on helping people, but also making it work well for me. There's no reason why I can't appeal. I mean, I have a plan to appeal to this smaller group of people that actually care about what I do. This channel, some of the videos are mainly just for me and my own happiness, and some of the videos, those don't do as well in terms of view count as the ones I do to help people. But even those, it's hard because I'm one person. I'm trying to read comments coming in. We always go through this. But I have a plan to take this channel to the next step of evolution, and I hope everyone gets on board. I know some people are going to say bad things about it, but hey, to heck with them. So that's the first announcement, that I'll be making an announcement in 2 or 3 days here in terms of how I want to evolve this channel for the better for everyone. And the other thing is I'm starting a newsletter. To sign up for it, the link is in the description. And if you give me your email, I'm not going to sell it to anyone. You're not going to be spammed. You'll just get occasional updates about important things that are going on with me. Maybe you missed some videos in the feed, or maybe you're not following me on Facebook or Google Plus or whatever, so you miss certain things. This isn't going to be for any little thing I do, only the major things. And I'm thinking that I'll send it out, this newsletter, 2 to 4 times per month, once a week at the most. So you're not going to be spammed. Just sign up for it. And if you don't want it, you can always unsubscribe. No big deal. And let me see what the other thing that I was going to announce. We totally lost my train of thought after those technical glitches. Oh, yes. If you guys like these live streams, and I'll be honest, I love doing these live streams. I know that they're not going to get tons of views, but the goal is to entertain and enlighten people in certain ways. And somehow I want people to feel that it was time well spent. And if you guys like these, I'd like to keep doing them. I don't want to do them too much, even though I feel like I could because they're so much fun. You always got to want to leave them wanting more. That's the old show business saying, always leave them wanting more. And I don't want to oversaturate you guys with content. There's a guy, I was just talking about this earlier with Imabel. There's a guy that I watch on YouTube, and I like the guy. I like his personality. He's got a good work ethic. A lot of good things about him. Maybe some of you guys watch him. I'm not going to name him by name. But he puts out, on average, 2 to 3 videos per day, roughly 45 minutes to an hour long of content. He puts out every day. And I've seen some videos where he complains about something, like a lot of his subscribers don't watch him. But when you put out that much content, it's basically impossible to keep up with it all. I've got things going on in my life. I can't watch this guy for an hour every day. Other people, they have school, they have work. People have their own lives. People's time is valuable. Even though this guy's putting out some good stuff, it's just kind of, to me, him complaining that his subscribers aren't watching it. And here's the thing, for subscribers on YouTube, the average is 5% of subscribers watch the videos of people they subscribe to. And I've checked his numbers. He's in line with that, but he thinks it should be more. But to me, and I'm not trying to insult him, I like the guy. Are you going to join us here, Imabel? Anyways, so he was complaining a lot of subscribers, and especially if you're putting out that much content every single day, 300, and he does it like 365 days a year, no breaks. I mean, he's oversaturating the market. And at that point, it's becoming quantity over quality anyways, which is kind of a thing on YouTube. You have to be very consistent. You have to pump out as much content as you can. So it's very much, YouTube in general is very much about quantity over quality. Are you gonna join in here? This is not the smoothest live stream we've done because of all those things. I was so psyched up and so focused. Thank you guys for the birthday wishes that are coming in. But 1 second, let me finish my thought here about this other guy. So this guy, he complains about that, even though he does it every day, 45 minutes to an hour long of content. And I was thinking, it's almost like he has a God complex if he thinks people are supposed to dedicate that much time to him, which he's not really putting out high quality content anyways. In terms of production values, what he says is very interesting and insightful and sometimes funny, but it's not slickly produced content, obviously, because you can't. It would be impossible to put in production and put out that much stuff. But I was thinking if Jesus came back himself and was uploading 45 minutes to an hour long of content every single day on YouTube, I think people would even be saying, geez, Jesus, I don't have time to take an hour every single day just to listen to you talk. So this guy, I feel like he has some attitude, but I don't want to go there. I always want to leave people wanting more. You guys' time is valuable. My time is valuable. And that's how I feel about that. So sorry I cut you off, Imabel. Imabel's about to join us here.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Let me interrupt. Hi, guys.
What is that?
Well, Travis doesn't like cake, so I prepared something that he really likes. And before we proceed, I want you to blow this cake and make a wish.
It's not cake, you said.
This is like imaginary cake. Oh my God! It was just blown by the fans. I'm gonna...
By the ghost in here.
Yep. I'll be
Relight
back.
it. Okay, she'll be back. The other thing that I can talk about, Francis Chuck, who just commented live, says, live streaming, such a pain in the butt. I agree, it is for me. They just, for whatever, and you'd think Google, with all the money they have and how innovative a company Google is, you'd think they'd have better technology to work this out instead of frustrating people like us. But for whatever reason, Google, YouTube, they introduced live streaming 2 or 3 years ago already, but they put in like no effort into it. And it's just like it's thrown on here as an afterthought. And I think if they focused on it a little bit more, live streaming could be the future for a lot of types of shows. And Nimabel's back. Okay, what do we got?
Happy birthday, Travis! He doesn't like cake, so I prepared something that he really likes. As you can see, it's yummy, yummy.
Okay.
The other side, I guess, or it's fine. Make a wish and blow the candle. Yay! God is going to answer that.
I can't tell you what I wished for. Basically, I wished for... Well, I can't tell you, but basically I wished for my announcement that I'm going to make about this channel. Turn the fan back on. I wished for my upcoming announcement that everything goes well and people embrace what I'm trying to do and understand what I'm trying to do when I make that announcement. So I wished for that, and you guys will see in a couple days here probably. I'll upload a video talking about that, and then I plan to do a separate live stream where I follow up on that and answer questions about that. There's one other thing here on the list about announcements. Oh yes, this is what I was getting to. About these live streams, if you guys like them, and sometimes they go smoother than others, definitely. This one got off to a rocky start, but I'd like to keep doing these and maybe hone the format. Maybe only once a week. If there's demand, maybe 3 times a week, but try and keep them shorter, 30 minutes to 45 minutes. But when I tell people, I was just telling someone the other day, and this happens a lot, when I tell them about the live streaming on YouTube, a lot of them, they don't quite understand what that is. So I'm thinking about giving these live streams, these broadcasts, a different type of name that maybe helps people understand right away. I'm considering calling it the Travis Craft Podcast, because this is like a podcast. The other name that I'm considering is Travis Craft Radio, which is what I'm leaning towards calling it, because the emphasis on these, you can come in here. The emphasis on these is more about the audio and the types of topics we talk about, the discussions. The video portion is just an afterthought. It's less important because there's nothing really visually awesome about these, of course. It's all about what we're saying. So if I call it Travis Craft Radio, it's like people understand that it's about the audio a little bit better. They can associate that. The downside to that is maybe people will be confused and think that we're on traditional broadcast radio. Because personally, I always don't like when someone says, "Oh, I have a radio station," or "I'm on the radio," and it's just an online thing. I feel like that's kind of misleading in certain ways. We're trying to both fit on the camera here. I'm so bummed out about how well we had this planned out, and it just fell apart because of those technical glitches disturbing everything. But we have some other people in the room. Bradley B., happy birthday, Travis. This is my second time seeing your live stream. Well, we have a playlist where they're all easy to find. I understand that it takes a big commitment to watch some of these because they're long, but I just hope you guys get something out of it. Thank you for the kind words, Bradley. We're glad you could join us. Thanks for spending my birthday with me.
With a water. Hi, Bradley, and hi to everyone who's joining us tonight. And it's a special day for Travis. That technical glitch almost spoiled his day, but I said, just be happy.
I was so bummed out over the whole thing. And I tell you, I normally, I'm a Zen master, and nothing gets me upset or angry or frustrated usually. But the one thing that does is when there's any kind of interference with my YouTube channel, or I'm trying to make a video where something comes up, that's what can get me going. That's the only thing, but it's only because I care so much about what I do, and I care about you guys. So I will admit that I can get a bit...
Yeah, but let me just share this. When the technical glitch started, like, annoying
couple hours
you,
ago.
Yep, I said a prayer and I said, God, if you really want this to happen, it's going to happen. So there, it's a yes, and we're doing this. So.
Well, what was I going to say? We're doing it, but we're doing it poorly.
Well, thankfully,
I wish we were doing it better. We had such an awesome thing planned.
There are just things that are beyond our control, but thankfully we have Bradley, Francis, while you're looking at the notes, Ryan.
So let's talk. So about the announcements. I'm making a bigger announcement in a couple days. We're looking for a name for the live stream. I'm thinking either Travis Craft Radio or the Travis Craft Podcast. And if we can refine these, get a little better at them, maybe we'll upload to iTunes where people can just download it on the go. And sign up for my newsletter. The link is in the description.
Yep.
And now, what do you guys... Let's field questions from the live audience. If you guys have anything, just chime in. Of course, there's a delay from the time I say this to the time you get it.
Yep. And while we're waiting for the questions, there's just something that popped up my mind when it comes to birthday celebrations. Because here in the Philippines, the culture is when you're celebrating your birthday, you're supposed to throw a party. You're supposed to spend money.
That's what I want to talk about.
Yes, you're supposed to spend money, throw a big party or a small party or whatever. Maybe treat your friends, like for some snacks or whatever, but you have to spend for it. I mean, you don't have to, but it's like, it's a common thing. So some Filipinos tend to keep their birthdays a secret. Why? Because when they don't have the budget for that, they just don't want to tell people. So basically, they won't be forced to.
Yeah, and basically, I was going to tell everyone that I know, oh, it's my birthday, man. But Imabel said no, because are you going to are you trying to take these people out to lunch or dinner or something? I'm like, no, why would I? Just letting them know it's my birthday. And she's like, well, if you tell them that, they're going to expect you to take them out to eat, buy them lunch or buy them dinner. I'm like, why would they expect that? But it is the way it works here in the culture. And even someone commented on my videos recently that in America, when it's your birthday, other people take you out. In the Philippines, you're expected to take other people out and buy them lunch or dinner. So it's the complete opposite. And it is crazy that you can't even tell people it's your birthday without an expectation, oh, is he inviting me to lunch or dinner? So
There's always, it's okay to be honest. Say, if I'm celebrating my birthday, and then I will have to let them know if they know already. I'll just say, yeah, it is. But if you don't have the budget, you might as well say, yeah, thank you for the greetings, but you don't have to pretend. But other Filipinos, it's another, I think I can mention this. Another negative trait of Filipinos, which I don't want to make Filipinos look bad, is because of Filipinos' love for celebration, like fiesta. Even if they don't have the budget, they would find a way, like borrow money or whatever, just to celebrate, just to have something, just prepare whatever and share it with people and friends. Very hospitable.
well, let's get to more people have joined us live. Hopefully we're getting warmed up and getting those kinks out since I was so distracted of trying to make this work several times and failing because of goddamn YouTube. Bradley says he's thinking about traveling to the Philippines someday. He's interested in the Philippines. Very cool. If you come, I hope you have a good time, definitely. And this is a very good place to take a vacation. I think this is a place that everyone from the West, definitely everyone from the United States, should consider coming to. I think that there's a lot of things. You can have fun here, but also it'll open your mind to a lot of things if you're from a first world country that you've never seen before, and it'll be a good learning experience as well as a good time. Evan Cortez is in the room.
Hi, Evan.
Who says, happy birthday, Travis. Enjoy your birthday. A hot dog.
Yep. You saw it, huh?
Let me say something about Evan Cortez. I was checking through loyal commenters, subscribers, and the longest one that I've had that's consistent is Evan Cortez. Because when I came to the Philippines a couple years ago and a lot of my videos became about the Philippines, I lost a lot of my previous audience that liked the more random stuff that I used to do. But Evan Cortez, I'll check videos that are like 5-6 years old, and he'll have left comments 5 or 6 years ago. So Evan Cortez has been a long-time viewer, and he's currently my longest viewer that I still have that's consistent, that didn't ditch me or abandon me. Which those other people that did that, I understand. I expected that to happen. If they didn't want to hear too much, the format kind of changed a little bit. So I get it. It's cool. But Evan Cortez is awesome because I think he truly likes me regardless, whatever I do. And that's what I hope for. I hope people just like what I do wherever I'm doing it and whatever I'm doing it about. So Evan's awesome. Chris Vinci says, hey, Travis, happy birthday. Ditched work early to catch this. Well, we better make it worthwhile. Now he's putting pressure on me that this better be a good one. Eric Corbeza says, I thought the live stream was canceled. Hello. Happy birthday, Travis. Yeah, we had to ditch some of those early attempts tonight because of technical difficulties on the part of YouTube. Not anything I did.
I like this one. Travis, happy birthday from your Trav viewers. That is coming from Rayman or Ray. Because I know YouTube name Rayman20US.
That proves that he's a loyal dude, because we talked about that in just one of our update videos that didn't get a lot of hits, but it was for the more hardcore people like him. So thank you for that. And Bradley B says, is Western style food, meaning American food, the same price in the Philippines as America, or is it more expensive? Sometimes I see vloggers in the Phil, and they spend a lot of money on food like pizza. Good question. I don't think I've been asked this question. Is
Yep.
American food the same price in the Philippines that it is in the United States? And the answer is, for the most part, yes. If you go McDonald's, or you go, like we just ate at Taco Bell tonight. It's actually who gave us the balloons. They gave us the balloons because they were getting rid of them as their decoration.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's on par. Unless you go to a grocery store, American food is going to be more expensive. If you're going to buy beef to make hamburger, it's going to be more expensive than the United States. Definitely a lot of the foods that are imported. If you want to buy a can of Hormel chili or something, if you can even find it, it's going to be a lot more expensive than the United States. So basically, restaurants will be around the same price for Western style food. Grocery store could be more expensive for Western style food. And hey man, it stinks, but that's a good question, and that's really how it is. That's just the truth. So what would you like to add about anything at all? Doesn't have to be about that.
Yeah, I was just gonna look at the names because I was trying to give a shout out to everything and say hi to them. Also, hi to Just Dote. Okay. You read this, right?
Oh, I think I missed that.
Yeah, Just Dote said, "Happy birthday, Travis. Did you have a nice day?
Hopefully he's
Thanks
still in
for
the
being
hopefully
live."
he's still in the room.
Yeah, and
I
then
keep trying to push in like I'm trying to fit on the camera because this is only 4:3 aspect ratio.
and then Corey, yeah, he was like the first one who commented, right? Hi, Corey. There, so keep leaving your comments, questions, and would love to answer them.
Yes, how have we been? I was in the new year. I had a couple rough months. Wasn't feeling well part of the time. Didn't share that with a lot of you guys because no reason to. Like to play things close to the chest. But I'm doing very good now. I'm feeling like my old self. But then for the past couple days, Imabel had been very sick. So I've been trying to take care of her.
Thank you.
And that kind of, delays things in trying to put out content. I also directed a project recently for someone else, and I still have to finish the edit on that. But it was a good experience. Not all of the experience was good on this recent project because I did one version that was pretty good, but then someone else decided they wanted a little bit different script, so that we had to go back and reshoot and do something that I don't think is as good as the original. But it was nice working with, because normally I have to try and teach you to be the cameraman. I'm a professional cameraman, but when I'm on camera, I just can't, obviously I can't work the camera while I'm in front of it, so I have to rely on her, and my standards are very high because I'm trying to do something artistic most of the time and make things look nice. And she doesn't meet my standards, so I get very frustrated. Because I always get, like I said, that's the one thing in life that frustrates me or I can get riled up about. But on this last project where I was just hired, they had a professional cameraman that I could use that had over 20 years of experience. And it was just so nice to be able to direct him and have him get it right away. Where basically I'll say, here's what I want for the shot, and we'll set up, and then he'll show it to me, and he'll say, how's this? And I say, yep, that works for me, and then we can just shoot it. And so it was a great experience to having a camera, just a dedicated professional camera operator with over a couple decades of experience, just doing whatever I say and getting it right. I was very happy about that.
I was also happy about it because I could just focus on logistics and coordination, which I'm good at.
Without me yelling at her, saying, no, you're doing it wrong.
Yeah,
like I said, I have a very high standard.
I know, and then I know where I excel, and so.
By the way, speaking of videos, since our robbery, our burglary at our other place, I had, I think, 5 cameras taken. And since then, I've actually haven't owned a camera, but we've borrowed cameras and we've had some loaners. We had to return the couple cameras that we've been using to the people that loaned them to us. And hopefully they loan them back to us. We have to have another meeting because someone else is now in charge of that. But hopefully they loan them back to us. So I'm camera-less right now. But I did shoot in advance a few videos that I'm still yet to edit, which will be coming out. And hopefully there's not really any downtime between us getting cameras again and, the time. Because I have, I think, 3 or 4 videos, maybe, at least a couple, 2 to 3 videos, at least like 3 videos, I think, that I haven't edited yet. So those will be coming out soon. And hopefully they loan us those cameras again. Definitely, we've been doing some different type of stuff. But as I mentioned earlier, I want to take this channel. I want to take it and evolve it and make it for the better. I want to shoot some really high-quality documentaries. That's what I'd really like to do. We get a lot of requests, though, ideas, suggestions. I'm always open to ideas, suggestions for things to cover, types of, what type of video I should be doing. Now, a lot of them are bad that come from viewers, and that's okay. It doesn't hurt to throw something out there. But sometimes they're just not doable because they would require a budget. For instance, people say, go to Palawan and do a video. Go to Cebu and do a video. It's not that I wouldn't want to do that. I would love to do that. But you got to understand that without any kind of sponsor or anything, it's not doable just to go do a YouTube video because it's going to cost me at least a few $100s of my own money just to make a YouTube video or a couple YouTube videos that I can't get money back out of. So I'm just throwing that out there. Unfortunately, some of those suggestions and areas to cover, yeah, I would love to. They're great ideas. It's just when I'm funding these videos myself, a lot of things aren't doable while I'm trying to cut costs. Even that food safety video I did, I remember taking a cab to go to the market and shoot that. And I was thinking, geez, I'm paying money for a cab even though it's not a lot of money, 100 pesos or a little bit more than that. It's like $2.50 US, $3 US. Not a lot, but I'm thinking, that's even that I can't get back out of this. I'm doing this video to help others and educate others. But like even the small amount of money that I'm spending on it, however small it is, it's like I'll never even be able to make that back. So that's why you've just seen so many videos of me in the apartment sitting around talking about different subjects. It doesn't cost me money, but the problem with that is I'm not artistically fulfilled doing that. And
well, in addition to that, it's not only the cab fare, but
buying food or
yeah,
whatever.
I mean, you have to go out of your way. You have to spend time to shoot the videos, and that time can actually be spent for something that would be income generating. You know what I mean? So that's really an effort on his end, on our end actually. But because we love what we do, we love entertaining, inspiring you, informing you in any way we can, we keep doing this and really hope to keep doing these and more for you guys.
Yeah, I'd like to keep this channel going, and my goal is to take it to the next level for everyone, for me, and definitely for the viewers. So I'll be making that announcement in a couple days. But the alternative is maybe at some point I won't be doing videos. Maybe I'll move on, although I wouldn't like to do that at this point. At this point, I'd like to really make this channel as good as I could possibly make it and put as much stuff into the world that's going to be good for everyone. I'm going to feel artistically satisfied and proud to put out, and that there's going to be people that really benefit from it.
Yep, and one thing more, like what I always mentioned, or maybe I mentioned this how many times I can remember in our previous live streams, something that keeps you, something that keeps us going and motivates us more is the feedback. The great feedback we get from you guys, the emails, the comments, and everything. So it's not just, we see, I see the reason why we have to keep doing this. So hopefully
Yeah,
we can
this channel,
do bigger, better things.
I have no doubt that we've put out some things here that have taught people and people have benefited from. But I think a lot of people take it for granted too. Just tonight, someone, I'm looking at the comment here, he left some comments, Talk Cali. He left some comments about, just very supportive. And you gotta, not just for me, if there's a YouTube creator out there that you really like and enjoy their stuff, try and leave a few words to encourage them. I always try and do that, of course, because I understand what it's like to be a creator. And definitely the people in this room, whether they're watching live or watching the recording, those are the really hardcore people that care about what I'm doing and that I really hope to do stuff to benefit them. So right now we have Chris Vinci and Corey R. Corey R's been awesome. I don't know when Corey started watching me. I think fairly recently, but he's been very engaged with what I'm doing. And of course, Evan for the longest time. And we got Bradley B in the room. We got a lot of people here.
I want to say something about what Corey just said. OMG, you should not borrow money to throw a birthday party. Exactly. The thing is, I don't know how Filipinos, some Filipinos, I'm not saying all Filipinos, some Filipinos, based on what experienced, like the people I know, even when I was growing up as a kid, some people just wanna make sure they have something prepared, like for fiestas, fiestas. It's called fiestas here, parties. Even if they don't have that money, they would find a way to prepare something on the table. So when guests come in or family relatives come in, they have something to share. But yeah, it's not really a practical thing to still borrow money just to be able to prepare food or whatever for the fiesta or for the birthday party. What's important is,
I think I was tired. I kind of quit. I zoned out. I zoned out there for a minute, and then you're talking about borrow money. I'm like, huh? I kind of woke up there for a second.
Anyways, I thought I was the one who's still recovering from sickness here.
Well, this is so much later than what we planned to do.
I know.
And thanks to YouTube, I was so psyched up all day long. Yeah, man, this live stream's gonna be awesome tonight. And I had so much focus on the subjects that I was gonna talk about. And now I'm zoning out during it. And normally I say I'm going to only stream for about 30 minutes to 45 minutes. But then I go way over because I get to having so much fun. Tonight we're going to be keeping it within the limit.
Sunday Doll, thank you for that comment. Actually, if you just joined us, we were supposed to start this live stream a few hours ago or something. But due to technical glitch, it took a long time, and Travis was really disappointed, and he got stressed somehow by it. But he's totally fine because Sunday Doll said something like your eyes or whatever.
It's the lighting.
Yeah, it's the lighting also. But thank you for the concern.
See, if I look up towards the light, I look different.
We don't have fancy lighting. It's
I don't really care if these are dark. This isn't about the picture.
It's simple light for just nighttime.
This has not been the best live stream that we've ever done, and I think one of the best ones was our Easter special. Mm-hmm. I think that was one of the best ones. There's always so many technical glitches. Our first live stream, by the way, has over 10,000 views on YouTube, or 12,000, something like that.
Thank you, guys.
So that's pretty crazy. I don't know how many people watched the whole thing because it's an hour long. But that was a good one. Our first several were really good. And then we had some that were... It's hard, too, when you're trying to look at all the different screens and catch the comments, then switch back to the
But you know what?
This
is still good. This is still great because it's your birthday. And we have some, wonderful viewers with us tonight.
And Chris asks, Travis, do you have or need a visa to work in the Philippines as a foreigner? And the answer to that is yes, you need a working visa.
Or
you have to be married to someone
To a Filipino
Yeah, to some.
citizen.
Yeah, you have
So
to.
you can.
One of those two: be married to a Filipino citizen, or get a work visa. Why? What are you planning on doing in the Philippines for work, Chris? I'll be honest. There's not really any jobs here for foreigners, and the ones there are generally very specialized, extremely specialized, to where almost no one can do it. The only other one that I can think of is maybe uh, call center supervisor, something like that. Hamza F.
BPO, like business
That's what
processing,
that's what I played in the movie
outsourcing
Ung Turkey Man I Pablo Rin.
companies or whatever. Yeah.
But like I didn't
BPO
even know.
companies.
Yeah, I didn't know what that was, that profession, what job my character was supposed to play. And they said I couldn't even pronounce it. Business process outsourcing, something like that.
Yep.
And like people were going, "You're an American. How do you not know what this job is?" I'm like, "Look, they don't have this job in the United States. They would only hire an American to work this job in the Philippines. In the United States, no one would have heard of this this job occupation here."
Hold on. All the way from the Philippines, we have viewers from the USA, and now we have a viewer joining us from Morocco.
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 So he's
Hamza
joining us
F.
from the dark continent of Africa.
He said, "Happy birthday, Travis."
Someone, Just Dolt says, "Why don't you turn on ads on your YouTube videos? Maybe it will help for a small extra income." Yeah, I have some on some. I don't like to talk about it or make a big deal. But the problem with YouTube ads is I mean, they're on most of my videos actually, but the problem with that is, man, the revenue you generate is so small from YouTube ads, and it's getting smaller all the time. It's getting smaller because they let more people put ads on, which degrades it for, there's less to make for everyone then, the more people they let do it. And the ads are very not relevant generally, so you don't get good click-through. And it's just crazy how small it is. You really can't make money off of a video unless you get like 1 million hits from it. And even then, it's really for how many views you're getting versus the money. I mean, it's so small compared to advertising for television. So yeah, I have the ads, but it's too small. It's like hardly anything. It's crazy. We had that meeting with Google, and we told her, my biggest problem with YouTube is there needs to be a way to make money making YouTube videos. And she just said, well, the only way to make money off of it is to get discovered and do something else. Well, that's not really making money from YouTube. Even if you get discovered, there needs to be a way to make money directly from YouTube. And it's crazy because Google called us in. They called in all the top creators from the Philippines when they had people come here. But it's almost like Google or YouTube. Google owns YouTube. It's the same company. It's almost like they want to compete with television, but you can't really make money making YouTube videos. You can't make real money making YouTube videos. Whereas the people in TV, they can hire the most talented people because they have the money. It'd be like saying, well, we want to start a professional football league to compete with the NFL in popularity. Well, but we're not going to pay the people that play for those teams anything, or we're going to pay them very little. Well, where do you think the best players are going to go, the most talented players? They're going to go into the NFL where they can make millions of dollars versus going into a league where they make chump change and they can't really make enough to even do it full time, getting paid basically nothing. So if they really want to compete with TV, there's got to be a way to have money in this somehow. To be able to make money making YouTube videos. And I'm not talking about the ads. Google recently, they did say they have something planned up. And I don't think I can share that with you guys. I don't know if it's going to be a very useful thing or not. I think it is. But I just keep, the times that I've met with Google, their representative that they sent in to talk to the people in Southeast Asia, the creators, I just said, There needs to be that's my biggest thing, and I keep harping on. There needs to be a way to make money creating content on YouTube. And the thing is, the person that's sent to talk to us, I don't think that, I know she only has so much power. I would, she can't just say, oh, well, Travis needs money. Well, let me call the head office in California and let him know so you can get back to creating awesome videos. I wish that was the case, because even if I could make a little bit of money doing this, I could put it back into my videos and stuff and just give better content to everyone. So I guess that's just the real problem I have with YouTube. They need to find a way to make this sustainable financially for people. And to just say, well, maybe you'll get discovered and get something else and then make money from that. That's not good enough. And to be honest with you, even me doing these TV shows and the movies, as much as I like doing it, I would rather just produce content for YouTube full time if I could make money doing it. I'd rather do that than even like a viewer criticized me recently because they saw that I was on Gandang Gabi Vice, which is one of the most popular TV shows in the Philippines. But it's like they're like, oh man, you sold out doing this. Well, here's the thing. I was doing TV shows before I was ever on YouTube. Mm-hmm. And I was paid to be on that show with Vice Ganda. It was a job that they called me up and asked me to do, so I was paid. But also I knew I was going to have a movie coming out. And I was hoping, it spreads awareness about me to maybe people see the movie. And my YouTube channel, maybe people will see me on the Vice Ganda show and then check out my YouTube videos and discover something about that. And so this person, they're not Filipino, by the way. They're an American that lives in the Philippines. They're like, man, you sold out and that kind of thing. It's like, dude, I've been doing TV shows before I was making YouTube videos. I had a life before this, doing more traditional stuff, traditional media stuff. But can you blame me for taking a job where I make a little bit of money? And what I'm really thinking is maybe people will see my movie if they learn about me from this. Maybe they'll tune into my YouTube channel and the other things that I'm doing. I wasn't on the show because I thought, oh, I love that show. All these shows that I'm on, I don't really like them most of the time. I would never watch them, but I do them because I can make a little bit of money doing it. It's a job, and I have fun doing it. At least I tried to have fun doing it. If I wasn't having fun doing it, I would do something else so I have a good attitude and just try and have fun with it. And if you're having fun doing something, you're not wasting your time.
Yep.
So, that's why I do these TV shows. But if I could, I wouldn't even, if there was money in YouTube, I would, and I could just focus on that full time and nothing else, I wouldn't bother with a lot of this other stuff. I'd still do it, but I wouldn't focus as much on it.
Yep.
And Don Jovi's in the room.
Greeting.
Yeah, Don Jovi's in the room. If there's anything, it's so late at night. I'm not used to staying up this late now. I've been going to bed early, actually. This was such a disorganized one. We'll do a lot better next time. Although the next live stream that I'm planning is going to be sticking to that one topic after I make my announcement, answering questions in regard to that. It'll be focused on that and not just general questions. Is there anything you'd like to add to this, Imabel?
Well, I just want to read the other comments that I'm seeing right now.
Go ahead.
Don Jovi said, happy birthday, Travis. And then Bangarang said, happy birthday, Travis. You're getting lots of love from that.
I'm getting lots of love, and I appreciate it. You guys, it's awesome.
Yep. Thank you guys for joining us. And there's a delay, so I guess others are still watching the earlier part. But feel free to leave comments, questions, anything under the sun, and would love to answer your questions as long as it's not mathematics joke.
I'm going to, ask us questions before we close it out here. Like I say, I know it's hard because it's delayed. Do you have anything you want to add before I say something here about something?
I don't really have something in particular in mind right now, so you can just proceed to what you were going to say.
Okay. Basically, I was thinking about this earlier. Well, as you know, like the YouTube comments switched over to Google Plus. I actually didn't connect my YouTube account for several months, which meant I couldn't leave any comments. And it used to be I was very interactive with my viewers to where I would try to comment back on any meaningful comment that I got. You know, other if someone says cool video where I wouldn't say anything, I'd appreciate, but I wouldn't say anything back. But if someone left a very detailed comment, I would comment back and let them know. But then when I didn't hook up to a Google Plus, there's a few months where I couldn't even comment back to my own viewers. But I have to say I did learn something during that time. First of all, I learned that viewers didn't seem to mind so much the lack of it. It's like I think they expect it from a lot of creators, since especially big people, they're probably not going to be able to get back to you because they get so many. But I couldn't comment back, and I learned that a lot of people didn't mind as much as I thought. It wasn't as big of a deal. But I also learned that in some ways it's better not commenting back to people because there's a lot that can go wrong. As I found out after connecting my thing back and commenting back to people, I always try my best to be respectful. If I comment back to people, even if I disagree with a comment or I'm trying to correct something that someone said, I'm trying to be as polite and respectful. But when you're just typing things, since a lot of communication, the most important aspects of communication, in verbal communication, it's not what you say, but how you say it is how things are communicated. Like, I can say something like to you, like I hate you, and that has a very different meaning than saying I hate you. You know, after you say it, after you play a joke on me and I kind of giggle and say I hate you, it's different than going I hate you.
Yep.
So it's all in the tone of voice, and you can't communicate that way through typing.
Yep.
So you can be misinterpreted, and I'm always trying to be polite, even if I have a disagreement with people or a difference of opinion. It's all cool. But I've learned you can turn off people. People can get angry at you. So I'm starting to limit like how much I comment back to people, even people that leave nice comments. For instance, I had a video, if you watch the video, called I'm Sorry, where I also had a technical problem where I couldn't live stream.
I wasn't around then.
I also talked about how the media influences people and you should be careful how you watch. I just hinted at that. I was basically saying that's something I want to talk about in the live stream, but couldn't because of technical difficulties. And I had a viewer that she was a gal, a girl, originally from Japan. Seemed like a nice person from all her comments, but she commented an aspect to that where I was saying that, hey man, it's called TV programming because they're programming your mind, and you got to be careful about what you watch because you could really be influenced by it. And she said, and I understand how a lot of people would react this way. Maybe me a few years ago would have said the same thing. She would have said, no, you can watch something and be fine, and it's not going to mess you up or influence you. And I started to say, no, like this is what I'm trying to say, and she would disagree. And I gave her a link to another video, and it was a video by Joel Osteen, and she's not a religious person, and that's fine. This channel is not about religion at all. I'm cool whether you're a Christian, Muslim, Jew, Buddhist, atheist. I'm cool with it all, man. It doesn't bother me one way or another what you are. But I said, watch this video by Joel Osteen. He talks about what I'm talking about. Maybe you'll understand what I'm getting at if you watch this video. And she's like, oh my God, are you into that? Are you some sort of fanatical Christian or something? She thought that I'm like some sort of crazy religious nutcase. And I'm like, no, just please watch the video. The video's not about Jesus. It's not about religion. It's just about this subject that I was alluding to about influence of media, and he does a really good job of explaining it. And I'm not trying to convert you to any kind of religion. I don't really care what religion you are or if you're an atheist. It's all cool. Just give the video a listen with an open mind. But she went back and forth, and she kept asking me all these questions about religion. And I'm like, whatever religion I am or I'm not, I don't really talk about publicly, and it's not important. This channel, there's two rules I've had for this channel. Don't talk about politics and don't talk about religious beliefs. And I was just saying, just watch the video with an open mind, but she took it that I'm some sort of fanatical nutcase trying to convert her to a religion, which I wasn't at all. And I lost a viewer over that, which is fine to lose a viewer because that's going to happen regardless. I know, like, every time I upload a video, some people are going to unsubscribe because of it. But I just felt like, you know, if I would have not gotten involved and just let her leave the original comment, oh, the media can't influence me, I'm mentally strong. If I wouldn't have tried to, like, I was really just trying to help her by saying, no, this is what I meant, because she thought I was like some sort of nutty conspiracy theorist guy. And, you know, then like saying, watch this video by Joel Osteen. And Joel Osteen, of course, has a bad image from people that have never watched him or have never listened to him because he's a Southern TV evangelical minister. And hey, man, those guys have a bad image. And if you watch Joel Osteen, he'll be the first to tell you, hey, I understand the image that TV ministers have. But the video I sent wasn't even really a religious video. But she couldn't get past that and thought that, you know, first she thought I'm a nutty conspiracy theorist, then she thought I'm a nutty religious guy trying to convert everyone to a certain belief system, which I'm not. I'm just a guy that's trying to lead people in a path that's going to enrich them as much as I can and lead them to the path of happiness, because that's really what we need. We don't need movies about darkness that are just going to depress people. Mm-hmm. We just need people to be happier, healthier people mentally and physically. And that's what I'm about. And now let's get to these other questions. The Z Station, happy Travis Day. Hope you're having a blast. Can't wait to see the evolution of our channel. Yes, it's our channel. Keep up the great work, man. I finally caught your live stream. He put evolution in quotation marks, and maybe you've noticed that that's a word that I use a lot. I definitely use it off camera a lot with you. And to me, everything's about evolution. We should all be trying to evolve and grow and get better and change for the better. Because if you know anything about evolution in nature, meaning like Darwinian evolution in terms of evolving into different species, which is not the way I'm using it, but I'm going to give an analogy to that. If you know anything about evolution, evolution doesn't stop. Whether it's one species evolving into humans, well, guess what? Millions of years from now, humans, because we're evolving right now, humans won't be humans anymore. They'll be something else. They'll be further evolved into something else. Now what? No one knows. Maybe people will have gills and be able to swim underwater. They'll have evolved into some sort of hybrid oxygen breather from the air, and then they have the gills so like they become merman when they go swimming in the ocean. Maybe that's how they're going to evolve. I don't know. Maybe people will grow wings off their backs and start like flying around. But it's going to be exciting. Unfortunately, unless there's a time machine, I can't travel millions of years into the future to see how different humans have become. But evolution doesn't stop, and it's the same thing for us as individuals. We're not going to be the same we are as a 10-year-old, and then 20-year-old, we're going to be different. And then at 30, you're going to be different. And then at 40, you're going to be different. And ideally, you're going to be different for the better. Even though obviously we can't stay young forever and we're not going to be 60, 70 years old and be able to be as jacked and muscular and feel as good as we were when we were 20. But mentally, we can still keep it going, and we can always do what we can to get better. So that's a real theme that I try and harp, the evolution of ourselves.
Yep, like what I always tell you as well, my version is all of us are transformed from glory to glory. And that's a blessing. From Kuya Kian, I hope I pronounced your name right. Hi, Travis. Do you get recognized a lot by Filipinos when you're out in public?
That's a good question, and it's something that I've been meaning to answer because a lot of people ask that question. Usually they phrase it something like, how famous are you in the Philippines? And the answer to that is a lot of people know who I am and come up and ask for a photo with me or say hi to me or say, "Hey, Travis," while I'm walking through the mall. People just shout my name. And maybe they don't even know my name, though. Sometimes they'll just shout, "Hey, Adobon Manak," or they'll just say, "Hey, you're the guy from TV," something like that.
Or they say Superman.
But a lot of the times these days, people say, "Hey, Travis." It's nice that a lot of people know my name.
Mm-hmm.
It's nice that people are starting to pronounce it correctly because they tend to mispronounce my name a lot in the Philippines.
Yep.
So a lot of people know who I am, but probably more people don't. I'm not like Tom Cruise or anything like that. I think I'm a well-known guy. A lot of people know who I am. People at least recognize me. But I'm not like I'm not like what's that gal from the movie that I did the cameo and that was out now?
Sarah Geronimo.
Yeah, I'm not like she's super famous, but I couldn't remember her name. I'm not like her where she could never walk through the mall. I can walk through the mall. And maybe, at the time I walk through there, a few people will stop me, ask for photos, and people will say, "Hey, Travis," but it's not like I'm mobbed when I go out. I still live a normal life. It's just, I also have to be careful when I'm in public too, because of course you always have to be on your best behavior. And even it's like you can't go out like just woken up where your hair's like that. You have to make sure you look halfway decent when you go out, because people will stop you and ask for a photo, and then you're going to have weird looking pictures on the internet. But I'm not like Tom Cruise or anything like that, but a lot of people know who I am. But a lot of people don't know who I am as well, which is okay too. I don't know if I'm, it helps me lead a normal life at least still. And now let's go back to the comments. So it's hopefully that answers your question. A lot of people know who I am and a lot of people don't know who I am. So I guess it's just enough people know who I am to stroke my ego good. But then sometimes you'll go someplace and it's like you'll be trying to get something and be like, "Hey man, don't you know who I am?" And they'll be like, "No." So
a few people still call him Travis.
Yeah, but it's funny, since I've been getting more and more recognizable, it seems that doesn't happen much. Filipinos, that's how they pronounce the name. It used to be no one could say Travis. No one would say that right.
But no, I was able to say it right.
But but I'm saying the average people that know me from TV, or for one thing, when I'm on TV a lot, if I'm on a show and they introduce me, the people, whoever's doing the voice introducing me, they'll mispronounce my name. The people they'll say Travis or something weird. I can't even sound like them. It's so messed up.
They say Travis.
And instead of Travis. Even like the other day, I was walking back from the mall, buying some groceries, and I was walking by a guy, and as I passed by him, he goes, "Travis," and I turn and I go, "Travis," and then he goes, "Travis." And he imitates it back to me. He learned how to say it. I don't know what he thought of that. Hopefully he enjoyed it.
Let me just say something to you guys who just joined us a few minutes ago. You can still catch the beginning of this live stream after this one because it's being recorded. So
you can watch
you can still watch the entire thing.
And we haven't gotten any questions coming in, and we've been going for an hour.